What's up, guys? Your boys, 22K13. I'm going to talk about 5 wrestling autobiographies that must happen. Scandals, backstage politics, locker room culture, and stories of triumph and tragedy. The wacky world of professional wrestling has proven to be a great source for autobiographical material. Wrestlers live on the road, allow them to accumulate tales of pranks, mischief, and general mayhem. It's a business built on telling stories. Daniel Bryan and JTG recently joined the list of professional wrestlers to release an autobiography, which puts them in pretty good company. Mick Foley famously shot into the New York Times bestseller list with Have a Nice Day, and we have seen compelling tell-all from the life of Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Chris Jericho, and William Regal. However, there are still stories and perspectives that must be told, from a rag jobber to a renowned champion, a brilliant creative individual to a traditionalist who stand by their ways, and an eccentric millionaire who sits on top of the industry. These are the 5 wrestling autobiographies that need to be penned. Number 5, Brooklyn Brawler. A lot of fans think that jobbers have a bleak accent, but these guys gladly play their role. It's their job to make people look good and keep the young hotshot moving up the card. They some of the first gatekeeper that a new wrestler encounter. Not everyone can be the star. They know it, and they getting paid. Who better to tell the story of a jobber life than the most famous one of them all? The Brooklyn Brawler was never close to being a global superstar. We create this charm around the idea of a Brooklyn Brawler autobiography, especially as one finds romance in the lesser known tale of background players. Most of the autobiographies are written by great champions, but there must be room on the bookshelf for a tale of the seasoned loser. Surely. Number 4, Paul Heyman. The best promo in the business wouldn't fall to entertain with an autobiography. Paul Heyman has done everything in wrestling, whether it be ringside photographer, manager, booker, owner, commentator. He had all those different perspectives to draw from. Heyman doesn't seem like a nostalgic guy who would spend much time getting the final word on every little ECW incident, but there must be some insane story that nobody had heard yet. He might be more present, leaning in his autobiography and choose to indulge in a few tales from his close relationship with one of today's biggest stars, Brock Lesnar. One of the obvious attractions to a Heyman book would be a look into the thought processes of one of wrestling's most innovative minds. It takes a certain type of individual who can grow old, have children, and still keep a finger on the pulse in regard to what present audience want. Other than reflecting on the past, a Heyman autobiography might provide profound insight into the future of the business. Number 3, Nick Bockwinkel. Even though Nick Bockwinkel was one of the biggest heels in the old AWA, he is often underrated when compared to legends from elsewhere. Despite the AWA being a prominent promotion for most of its existence, like Bockwinkel, the AWA itself often gets overlooked when modern wrestling fans jump into the past. A Bockwinkel autobiography would bring some light on the deceased promotion and one of the finest workers in the history of the business. Number 2, Jim Cornette. It's surprising that the wrestling world resident hothead and shoot interview extraordinaire hasn't written an autobiography yet. While some might be tired of his rant, Cornette does offer years of experience in the business and countless locker room tales. Like Heyman, he had different perspectives to work from and wouldn't pull punches. However, he doesn't work for WWE, so the punches would be harder. One big difference between a potential Cornette autobiography and a potential Heyman one lies in their clashing personality. One could say that Cornette is an old man who still thinks it's the 80s, but he could also be seen as someone who believes in doing things a certain way, whether the readers agree with him or not. A Cornette autobiography would still provide documentation and nostalgia from an old-school Southern wrestling personality. Number 1. Vince McMahon. Being the kingpin of the wrestling business must give Vince McMahon a lot to write about, but there are other elements that would make his autobiography intriguing. Vince's upbringing was turbulent and his life never slowed down. Those experiences shaped him into an eccentric millionaire who took over an industry. The mind of Vince McMahon must be filled with thoughts ranging from strange to flat-out deranged. It would guarantee there wouldn't be a dull moment from page to page. Who wouldn't want to see Vince reflect on weird corny ideas and try to explain them? Factor that in with his opponent present in WWE, and this could be the ultimate wrestling autobiography. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.